Hello, diecast fans. So you might be wondering, this is not normal from what I see in this channel, but we are going to get to a 1/64 scale model, but there's a bit of a clue in this background. But before that, I want to show you these two models here because, I'm very critical of the 1/64 scale diecast hobby, and it's because I come from this hobby. You're looking at airplanes. I think these are the most detailed diecasts around. I'm first gonna, start with this one. This is 1/200 scale. It's a fighter jet, of course. It's an F-35, and this is made by a company called Hogan Wings. And the details of this are really nice. I mean, look at these tight panel lines. Look how clear the cockpit glass is. This pretty good. It's pretty thin. Look how thin the plastic is as well. So a lot of printed details, of course. It's all digital printing, super small fine print, and just a lot of different paint apps and different parts. So that's why I like this hobby. I was collecting airplanes long before these cars that you see all these videos on. So that's 1/200 scale. Now going twice as small is 1/400 scale. This is by a company called JC Wings, and the airplane itself doesn't look too fascinating. This is like a pre-painted one. This is like the body in white, you would call it. But I want to show you the casting that goes on in this industry. Look at these fan blades. There's air passing through these. These are not plastic fan blades. This is cast metal. So there's curvature to those fan blades as well. They're not just flat. They're very similar to real turbine engines. So that's the technical level that occurs in the 1/400 scale airplane model category. I do believe this is the most advanced or most highly detailed category of diecast collecting, because some of the graphics on here you can't see without a magnifying glass, and maybe in a different video I'll show you that. So that's what's going on. Yeah, if you guys just want to check it out again. I just love these planes. Oh, and another main thing, I probably have over 300 of these airplanes, and none of them have paint problems. None of them have bubbling. None of them have hair or dust in the paint. They're all pretty much perfect. Sometimes you'll get like a crooked landing gear, because they are die-cast metal as well. But they can actually be bent back in many cases, so that's the only problem, I guess, with some of these things. So anyways, that's where I'm coming from. I'm not going to ramble on too much about it anymore. You might be wondering again, 1/64 scale, that's what I try to stick with these days. So I found this on eBay, and because I have a history collecting airplanes, I just don't do videos about them. So I thought I'd give it a shot and get this thing. And I never knew about this plane, what its name was at least. I actually, the Red Bull series, Red Bull Air Races, was established in 2003, and I went to one of them in San Diego to check it out. It was like late, maybe 2006, 2009, somewhere around that range, and it was a pretty cool thing to watch. These planes are moving pretty fast through these air gates over the ocean. I believe the races are canceled now after 2019. That's what the internet's telling me. Let's look at this box here. Obviously it's mangled. I don't know who made it. It's all Chinese. But you do have some other models out here. Sadly, whoever designed all these, they picked the wrong scale. Who's collecting 1/55 scale? 1/55 scale. I can understand these being small. This is a common scale, 1/24th. That makes sense. But if they were smart, they would have just made these 1/64th. And I would have bought all 4 of those for sure, because they're pretty funky looking. Look at this thing. That's a cool looking car, whatever it is. So the only one that is 1/64 scale is this airplane. It's called a Zivko Edge 540, which is manufactured by a company called Zivko Aeronautics, and that was established in 1987 by a William and Judith Zivko. And their company is located at the Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport, northeast of Oklahoma City. These scissors are horrible, sorry. Okay, so some statistics I found out about this plane. It's capable of doing 420 degrees per second in its rollovers. So in 1 second, you would revolve 420 degrees. That sounds pretty fast to me. You know, I've never been in an airplane, an aerobatic airplane. I've rolled down the side of a mountain in a Jeep, though, more than three times. That wasn't particularly fun, but never as fast as an airplane. Okay, what do we have here? So, yeah, more Chinese. Some instructions. It looks relatively straightforward. Alright, nothing here. Okay, so it's nice that all these parts are bagged individually so they won't scratch themselves up in shipping or whatnot. Okay, so this is the left wing. I better remember that. And then we got this blister thing that pops open. And oh, well, the plane's already on the mount here. No screw though, so gotta be careful. That might fall out of the that little square peg. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it does come out, so it makes assembly a little bit easier. I'm going to pop this wing in here. Hopefully I don't scratch it or snap it. I don't want to force it too much, at least on camera. Maybe later on I'll seat it properly. That might be as good as that side's going to get. But I do see an air gap here on the left wing still. Might be an extra paint. You know, I might have to scrape some of this paint off here to get it in there. Alright, for now I guess we're going to leave it at that. And then we got the rear Aerolons. I have such a hard time saying that. Okay, so this bottom has to pop off in order for me to get the Aerolons into this little groove here. Okay, so I got the front. It does seem to, I don't know if it's plastic. I have a suspicion it's plastic, so I don't want to force it too much. Okay, so I got that thing, and then which way? Okay, so I actually seem to have managed to find the right picture. This picture behind here, I think, is of this model, or the model is of this picture. Alright, so that goes there. Yeah, so we got a little cockpit, tiny little seat. And then if you're curious what's going on here, that's what's happening on the inside. Okay, so the body is die cast, but this thing is definitely plastic, way too light. Okay, so I gotta screw it together. Now, actually, there's a little T on the shaft of this propeller, so I gotta wedge this open a little bit, get that propeller shaft in there. And that T is to keep it from falling out. Glad I noticed that before I screwed it together. And it comes with this little screwdriver, so that's nice. I don't trust that little screwdriver. It doesn't seem to be the right size head. Okay. Well, since I'm going to mess with the wing, maybe I won't screw it all together. Alright, so let's get Mr. F-35 out of here. Guess we'll put it back. Oh, it looks like there's a T here. Well, there's an L shape here, so you can't screw up the display stand. So that's actually pretty smart. Okay, well, that wasn't too painful, hopefully, to watch. Alright, let's see here. If anyone's curious, this thing has a wingspan of 24 feet and 4 inches, or 7.4 meters. There's a 6-cylinder engine. It's air-cooled and it's horizontally opposed as far as the pistons go. And it's making 310 horsepower. It is a stall speed of 59 miles per hour. I'm not an airplane pilot, but I assume that means you can go 59 miles per hour before the engine stalls out and you drop out of the sky, which I guess is pretty slow, meaning this thing can do really slow acrobatic maneuvers. Okay, and so max acrobatics is saying it's 200 miles per hour. and it can pull plus or minus 12 G's, or 12 times the force of gravity. So we're talking like, I think that's pretty high. I mean, I think you black out long before that. Most people would. I know I would. I'd probably black out at 3 G's. All right. Well, anyway, so it's a little bit different, guys. Hopefully you found it interesting. Hopefully you can at least appreciate, die-cast airplanes. And maybe you might want to be a little more critical in your reviews if you ever treat yourself to a nice die-cast airplane, because you'll really see how far die-cast can go. But this model is actually pretty nice now that I think about it. I mean, I'm looking at it as it's spinning. Well, this wing printing isn't so great. This wing is much better. But there's no major parts of the graphics missing from the printing. Right, so it's not so bad. This yellow, yeah, I mean, it's delineated alright from the blue, and then the Red Bull here is crossing over them. There's a little printing here, Jet Surf, not sure what that is, some company of some sort. So, and the bottom is pretty much a mirror, I think. No, it is different. The bulls are on the bottom, text on the top, and then Red Bull on the bottom, and bulls on the top. So, a logical paint scheme, I think. In fact, now that I think of it, why not just take it off the stand and see if it can rest on the wheels? Yeah, alright. So you can use it without the stand, no problem. Alright, well, let's see. I guess the only other thing is to ask yourself how big it is next to a die-cast car. So we have a Kyosho Lamborghini Estoque, or Estoque, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. So it's a pretty small airplane, which is why it can pull such crazy aerobatics. Okay, well, sorry, a little bit jumbled up video here, but I pretty much do all these videos on the fly, so this is what's happening this time around. Okay, I guess I'm going to air out of here. Alright, see ya.